right, we're connecting or reconnecting hearing aids to an iPhone. So Miss Barbara, this video is made for Miss Barbara, but she has Signia hearing aids that will be connecting their MFI devices. There's a lot going on in the hearing aid world with Bluetooth, but today we are talking about the connection that's done through the accessibility menu of the phone, not the Bluetooth. So for starters, you want to put your hearing aids on the charger. So I'm going to repeat that. Put your hearing aids on the charger before you start this process. Or open the battery door if you don't have rechargeable hearing aids. Just make sure they're turned off, because you'll need to turn them off and turn them back on to establish that pairing mode, so that they will become visible to other devices, so that you can do this pairing. So hearing aids on the charger or battery doors open. And then you're going to, you see where it says settings? You're going to click on settings. Now, if you cannot find settings in your phone, you want to swipe down and you want to type in settings, and it will pop up at the top. You'll see it right there. All right, so you'll click on settings and open up. Now, you may be in some other part of your settings, okay? This is not where we need to be. Up at the top, you'll see where it says settings. You're going to hit that arrow back out and get to this main settings page where it says settings real big at the top. You got your profile up there at the top. And you're going to scroll down until you see accessibility. When you get to accessibility here, you're going to click on it. Okay, now you're not going to Bluetooth. That's not where we're going today. Okay, so we're going right here to accessibility. The first section is vision, second section is the touch. Third is going to be for your hearing aids. We're not going to use anything else in this menu. We're just looking at hearing devices. So I'm going to click on hearing devices. Now, you may see some old hearing aid data stored at the top. It may have your name and your hearing aids listed. This could be, from the transfer. I don't know your circumstances. Or if they're brand new and you've never connected your hearing aids to the phone before, you will see this. It'll just look like it's searching for your hearing aids. All right, so this is the part where we take the hearing aids off the charger. So I only have one hearing aid, my right hearing aid. If you have two hearing aids, when you take them off and you see, first they're gonna power on, and once they power on, they will be in pairing mode for a very limited amount of time. So you see, I want you to take note of the fact that it has the R in parentheses here. If you have two hearing aids, you should see R plus L. So in my case, I just have the R. So once you see this pop up, you're going to click on it, okay? And you're going to see a pair pop up. You're going to need two pair pop-ups for two hearing aids. So I'm going to hit pair, and then you should see a second pop-up for the second hearing aid. All right. And once you do, you'll have your hearing aids at the top, and it'll have the R and with the battery and the L with the battery. Okay. But if you do have program options here, you can use them from here, but it's just not recommended. So you can switch into those programs from this menu, but it's user friendly. The app is just a much easier way to do that. When you back out here onto this menu, this is where you would control whether or not you want your hearing aids to alert you in your ear for your ringtone when someone calls you, or system sounds. What that is going to be alerts for text messages, emails, those sort of things, your push notifications. You could get a little dun in your ear or whatever it is that you have your phone set to. And so if you want those alerts in your ear, you can turn those on or off. Okay, so some people like for their phone to just ring on the phone. And in that case, this is the setting for that. You would have it off so that the phone rings when you get a phone call and it's not ringing in your ear. I like to have it ring in my ear and not on my phone. And the volume of that ring is based on the volume you establish on your phone. So if your ringtone is blaring in your ear, and that's why you want it off. If you prefer to have it in your ear but just have it at a lower volume, you just need to you do that from your phone, from the side of your phone. You're controlling your ringtone volume from the side of your phone. Okay, so that's just making that clear. It's not an all or nothing thing. You can control that. Same with the system sounds. Okay, now I have my Siri on, so it doesn't give me a beep or anything. Siri tells me what's going on, and we'll talk about that in a second. So audio routing, when you click on that, this is going to be where you decide If you want your phone calls to automatically go to your hearing aids, or switch over to your car when you get in the car, and whatever's convenient, or if you want them to always go to your hearing aids, or never go to your hearing aids. So when I say never, that doesn't mean never, never. It just means that when you get a phone call, it's not going to automatically route that call to your hearing aids. It's going to stay on your phone. It's not going to automatically go to your hearing aids on purpose. It's not routing to your hearing aids. So it's never going to route a call to your hearing aids right off the bat. You will do that yourself. So that is, I can try to demonstrate that, but I'll just kind of give you an idea. So if someone calls you, you know that when you go to put it on speakerphone, you will also see your hearing aids in that drop down menu as an option. So you will be able to click on them and take that call streaming into your ears through your hearing aids. Even if you have it set to never, you can still use your hearing aids for phone calls. You would just be doing it yourself. Like I said, when you go to switch it to speakerphone, you could switch it to your hearing aids, and you can put the phone call on your hearing aids. That'll be up to you, but it'll never automatically do it. So that was the whole point of that. But for me, I like to keep it on automatic. That's where I leave it. Now, same for media, and this is going to be for, anything that makes sound through your phone that's not a phone call, like your, YouTube videos or your Facebook or your music or whatever it is that you do that is sound in your phone. You can set the preferences for that as well. And, like I said, you can set it to never, but then you can always swipe down, and up here at the top, you can actually make that change yourself. You could switch it to whatever things you have that are connected to your phone. You'll be able to, pick and choose there too. So that is another way to do that. Backing out here. Okay, my hearing aids are connected. See, it's in blue at the top and it says connected. So this is how you know that your hearing aids are successfully connected to your phone, is they'll say connected right there. And then the last thing I wanted to show you is, so in settings, you can, if you don't know where Siri is, you could just search for Siri. Go to Siri. And this is where you would, set those preferences. I have Siri set up already. I don't know what it looks like. If you don't, maybe you have to go through a process to get that started. But I do have Siri set up. And so, Siri announces my calls, and she announces, my notifications, and then you can pick and choose which notifications I don't need that. You can pick and choose which notifications you want to have. Certain ones you may want to have Siri read those in your ear. So that's where you would set that up. And I think that's all I've got for, one more. Let's go. Okay, so we're done with the settings of the Bluetooth. So what we're going to do is go to, I'm going to type in the app. So we have, Miss Barbara, you've got the Signia. I think you might have the True Hearing app, though. It's letting me know that new hearing aids have been connected to my phone. It doesn't remember what my hearing aid was before, so it just recognizes that there's a new pairing. So I'm going to click OK, and this is what you're going to do as well. And like I said, this is the app for these particular hearing aids. I'm going to click Bluetooth because this is a wireless Bluetooth hearing aid, and I'm going to click OK. We've already turned them off and on to get in that pairing mode. It's been a while, so it still recognized it. Very nice. So you should see a left and a right, and you should see some check marks here, and this is where you will click there and continue through that process of getting your hearing aids paired to your app. And then I don't need to set telecare up because it would send the request to me. So, and you can send information to your provider about your experience. And all right, so this is the app. And one little note about the app. Up at the top, you see this Bluetooth symbol here that's solid. Well, it will be blinking when you first open the app. For example, if I were to do okay, so let's try it again. So if I go here, watch at the top how it's blinking. See how it's blinking? Okay, well, it established connection very quickly. But that, depending on your phone and your hearing aids and where you are, I don't know. It may take a minute for that to make that connection. I'm very close to mine right now. So just take note that it will blink until it makes connection to the app. Whatever you do in the app, let's say, for example, I switch my program to my noise program. Okay. So when I close out of the app, okay, like completely close, I don't need that. So let's say I completely closed out of the app. When I go back to it, okay, it's not connected. It's going to reestablish connection, and it's still in the noise program. The reason I wanted to point that out is because some people worry that if you disconnect from the app, it's like, oh, well, but I put it in this, and they think that it's going to delete it or something. Whatever settings you make here in the app, when you close out of the app, your hearing aids disconnect from the app, and that is to protect your battery on both ends, to make sure you're not just constantly making that connection for no reason. But it did store those settings, those changes that you made in the hearing aids, and they will stay there until the next time you make a change, or until you put them on the charger, because whenever you put them on the charger or open the battery doors, it's always going to reset back to your default settings that were prescribed by your provider. So just know that they will store, those settings still will be stored in there, even though you're not connected to the app. But that's how you'll know if that Bluetooth symbol is just sitting there blinking. That means your hearing aids are not connected to your app. So you could sit here and you could turn your hearing aids up all day, and nothing is actually happening. Ooh, that's loud. So nothing's actually happening, and if that's blinking. So you just need to make sure that that Bluetooth symbol does show that it's actually connected if you're making changes in your app that you want to experience. That's all I've got for you guys, Miss Barbara. I hope this was helpful. If you have any questions, please give me a call. And I'm going to post this online just because other people might find it useful. So if I need to elaborate further on any particular part of this process, feel free to throw anything in the comments. I'd be happy to answer any questions that anybody has. And yeah, happy pairing. Good luck with that process. And yeah, take care. Thanks.